So, how do I know that time is flexible? When I was a young parent in my late 20s, that was young for me, we were at a pond or a lake. I don't remember. It was a campground where people had campers there for the entire season, left them over the winter, and then reopened them. So it was well established family environment. And my children were playing in the water, and I was probably up to my knees watching them in the water. And all of a sudden, I could tell everything paused, everything stopped. I looked around and I saw one of my daughters face down in the water. I picked her up, put her on her feet, and then everything resumed. Around the time of my initial awakening, many, many years ago, it feels like, things would happen like I would watch and everybody would put their trash bins out, and it was really noticeable because it wasn't just the green recycling bins, it was purple trash bags, and it is a very highly regulated trash town. And everybody put their trash out Sunday evening for Monday pickup. Woke up the next morning and you could hear the neighbors like, how did I get the day wrong? Hey, you got the day wrong too. We experienced Sunday twice. And I picked up on the concept that more time was needed for this community for something to be accomplished within this community. Then I moved to another community. Actually, this is prior to that. Although if time's not fluid, then, intermingle. I was back in the circumstances. I had a neighbor come over, and she's like, I know I sound crazy, but I checked the date on my computer. She had appointments. She had like an interview for like a living job arrangement. And she's like, I checked it. I know I checked it. I'm not crazy. I know what date it is. This morning I woke up and it says it's the same date. I'm like, no, you're not crazy. What was common with all these experiences was I wasn't living life according to the Gregorian calendar. I had no appointments. I lived each day as it came. I had no schedule. There was no Sunday church. There was no 9 to 5. There was no job. I was a stay-at-home mom. And I didn't have to pay attention to time. I slept when I needed to sleep. I had a small child. I was breastfeeding at various times, and so I would be up all through the night at times. I would be up all day at times, depending on my physical needs. I ate when I was hungry, slept when I was tired, totally disregarded the Gregorian calendar. So that's how I know that time can be very different when we step outside of, we become unconditioned to the matrix, the grid that's created by the Gregorian calendar, and following the 5-day work week, the weekends, the religious services at certain dates and times. And I don't experience it so much now because I do have appointments. My transportation depends on somebody else's work schedule and things like that. It just feels so invasive when, I mean, like, kept talking about Thursday. Today I didn't even know that this was the day I was talking about arranging for a ride, and then I get the text like, "Hey, I'm out here in the truck." Like, oh shoot, it's that time. It's that day. Oh my god, Oh my god, it is that day. I get a doctor's appointment. And it's funny because it's just a free clinic, informal. It's just to meet certain criteria for other benefits. Like, it's just one of those irritating things, and I cannot wait to financially be rid of such requirements and stuff like that. I just gotta live with it now so that I can feed this body, which at the time needs food and heat and clothing and things to maintain the body. Yeah, lots of fun. But that's how I know that time is fluid, because I've had plenty of circumstances when I've lived outside of programmed time and gone with the flow of life. That's how I know. And hopefully we can start facilitating that for one another. Rely on synchronicity and not with that of a clock.